who's relying on his authority. I said, well, let's go to the top of the line. I don't know Dr. Fauci, but I take his word. And when he said, this germ, wait 1 second, you asked the question, let me answer.
I'm not interrupting you, I'm listening to you.
Okay, thank you. Well, maybe it's breathing. I'm sorry, I'm being silly here. The reality is, he has said that this very serious disease that's out there could last into December, could recur every year, and could be part of something that we will be dealing with for a long, long time. So taking that into consideration, that we have, once you're diagnosed that you're positive, we have no preventive treatment other than staying away from everybody, which is your choice to do and has been asked by our governor and everybody's doing it. But with no timeline, no treatment, and no cure, no vaccine, this could go on for months, maybe even a year.
But science tells us, and Dr. Fauci isn't saying wait a year. Dr. Fauci is saying, and all scientists are saying, it just needs some more time to get this to where a medical establishment is up and running, and where there's enough PPE and there's enough testing being done and contact tracing. What are you doing as mayor to improve contact tracing and testing in Las Vegas?
Well, first of all, as someone who's pretty sure she possibly had it in January, I have already been into the hospital and say, take my plasma.
And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what are you doing as mayor to improve contact tracing?
I'm calling upon everyone to go ahead, if they're positive, to go ahead and see if they can help being part of the preventive or the treatment pool that will have this plasma available.
Are you doing anything on testing and contact tracing? Because in order to open businesses, every scientist says that is essential.
I don't have that. Well, no, that's for our scientists. And the whole thing is fact. Truth,
but you're
fact.
Fact. You're calling for businesses to reopen. Every scientist and person who looks at this says what we really need to do that is more testing and more contact tracing.
That can't work. We're not getting the truth, and I know over the years, going back to the 1950s with the atomic bomb. Don't worry about more testing in Nevada. You'll all be fine. Take a shower. The reality is,
you're the one saying you'll all be fine. What we're saying is testing and contact.
You're putting words in my mouth. I said, open up Las Vegas. Let us get started and go back.
As mayor, what are you doing to encourage?
Even feed their families or take care of their families.
I get the pain that's out there, and it's real, and I'm not minimizing it at all. I'm just asking you as mayor, what are you doing to improve testing, make it more accessible, and improve contact tracing? Because every scientist who you say you listen to will tell you that's what you need in order to get online as fast as possible. What are you doing?
Every single email that comes in with offers to give us the kits and get everything here, I send it up to the people in the hospitals for them to filter through to find out if these test kits and everything that's being offered and provided.
You said in another interview that you talked to Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti.
Yes,
if you actually talk to if you talk to Mayor Garcetti, he's doing everything he can to improve testing in Los Angeles.
I think that's wonderful, and
you said it's not your job.
Wait, no, it is not part of our job. That's part of our health department, part of our hospital jobs, our labs. Those are the ones who are the experienced, knowledgeable.
So you're not rolling up your sleeves, helping your health department to try to figure out.
My days are so full. I am everywhere in the city trying to hold the hands of families and everyone else to get them back to work so they can pay for the food for their children and keep a roof over their head. And we are 2.3 million, and we have so many, probably close to 900,000 that are out of work because this wonderful city's been shut down.
Can I, listen, again, I don't want to seem, I'm not, I understand your position, but I don't really understand your position because I think you see your position, I guess, because you have no control over the casinos and taking no responsibility for it, you can call for whatever you want to call for. But the people who actually do have to be responsible for the health and safety of the people in those casinos and the employees that you say you care so much about.
Absolutely.
Right. Those people are saying time for that yet. I want to just show you.
No, they
a
aren't.
show.
No. The hotel, depending upon who you speak, with whom you speak, I hear all the time from the casino owners who want to put their employees back to work. 7,000 people.
I'm sure a lot of owners want their businesses up and running. That does not surprise me.
Yes, and Anderson, you can find people to speak on either side. What's happened in this country is so much anger and
the
just
governor
everything
says,
being fanned.
The
it's
governor
fine.
says
I
that.
admire our governor.
Right. The governor says, unfortunately, I've known the mayor. I don't need politicians weighing in on what's the best date would be.
I am a politician.
I need doctors and medical sound advice.
No. And who are his people? And are they in fact the best that we can have? I'm assuming yes. And all I'm doing is asking for a plan so I can tell our people who are calling by the thousands, when are they going to get a paycheck? How can they get a roof over their heads? I am down in the groundwork with the people who've made this city what it is, who've come here to live, come here to build it, and we were not broken, and we need to get back to work. That's it.
There's Chinese researchers have shown how this virus spreads. I just want to put up for our viewers. This is a restaurant.
Anderson, you are tough.
No, I'm not talking.
Back to China. This isn't China.
Yeah.
This is Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow. Okay, that's really ignorant. This is a restaurant, and the yellow circle. That's an ignorant statement. That's a restaurant, and yes, it's in China, but there are human beings too. That yellow is a person who is asymptomatic and infected, and all those other red circles are other diners who that one diner passed the virus to. All those other people became infected in a restaurant that had air conditioning, and they believe it was the air conditioning which helped the virus spread to all those other people.
Remember the Legionnaire's disease in 1976 in Philadelphia came all through the air conditioning. You don't remember because you're younger.
I do remember.
Typhoid Mary, who I think passed away, well anyway, during the late 30s, rode the buses, was a cook, and she was asymptomatic, and she spreaded a fear of getting typhoid, and she never showed a sign of it. And she lived most of her life quarantined. The reality was, I think 58 people passed away from typhoid. And so we're aware of this. We learned from history. We've had Ebola. We've had the West Nile. We've had polio. We've had these
none of those were as infectious in Las Vegas. I mean, you didn't have people with Ebola on a casino floor. You know what? If you did,
we don't know that.
Well, yet you do, because if you had
a neighbor of mine died from West Nile because the swimming pool on the next property was filled with mosquitoes, and the people who had abandoned the house left the pool full. So we live with this. This is part of life.
Just as mayor,
the challenges.
As mayor, are you not concerned when you see just that
Yes,
restaurant
I'm
graphic, how
every
air
day.
conditioning spreads this and other people become
Yes,
infected?
from Legionnaire's disease. That's just what I said. We lost a lot of people in that hotel who had gone ahead and been in the hotel. And there
were steps, right? And there were steps to take to stop that by changing the air filtering. If my memory serves me correct on Legionnaire's disease, there are not yet the steps to take with this other than social distancing.
Right. So people do that. I mean, I love watching our people here. They're so careful. And even as we work every single day. I have not missed a day. And anybody who is in or comes into the office that needs an appointment or has an issue, they all are with their masks on, or we always enforce social distancing. And the office is absolutely pristine with germ-free.
You're talking about your office.
Well, hopefully everything in the building. We've shut down the lobby.
But I mean, you know how. Look, Mayor, you love your city, and I get you want it to go back to work, and I totally get that. And you hear from people, and you're in a really tough position. I get it, but it just seems really irresponsible, given that you actually have no responsibility or say over casinos or what happens on the Strip, that you're not out there doing anything about. You're not doing anything about trying to improve testing, like your friend Mayor Garcetti is doing in Los Angeles, or improve contact tracing. You're simply sitting there and saying, get back to work, get these casinos open again. And you have no idea or plan, or you've done nothing to try to figure out, well, what's the best way to make that happen? How far apart should a dealer be from the people? How should the hours? I mean, you're offering nothing other than being a cheerleader, which I guess is what part of your job is, and I respect that. And you seem like a very nice person, but I don't understand. Do you not have any sense of responsibility if you're calling for something to at least try to work to make it
I speak
as safe as
I
possible?
speak with the owners of our city casinos every day, almost. And they're all in such pain of having to furlough or let everybody go in the casinos.
Yeah, I'm sure
These
the casino
people who
owners are very
clean
sad.
ours-
I get that.
Well, no, they're very sensitive people that care about their employees and having shut down the businesses here. These are people, not the strip hotels, that's under the jurisdiction of the county, our unincorporated county. Our jurisdiction here,
I'm
city
sure.
of Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
my heart doesn't. I mean,
And so,
casino owners.
no.
I'm sure they're probably doing okay. It's the people who are working on the floor who are the ones who are going to become infected and potentially
Well,
die.
no, you're talking disease. I'm talking life. I'm talking life and living. These are people
Okay,
who
that
have had
makes
to
no sense.
abandon. Well, it maybe doesn't to you. It does to us here in Las Vegas. They've had to release all these workers that have no other source of income to feed their children, and they're also having to make a way to go ahead and help support the city. So at the time it
Usually, the
opens,
ones releasing
they
the
can come
workers
back.
are generally doing okay. They're the ones
Maybe
who
they
have a
are.
lot more money. It's the ones who are
Well,
actually
you're
released
on
who
the
are really
wrong side of
suffering.
the fence. I am talking about the workers. I'm
Okay.
talking about the low income, middle income workers that are out free and without a dime in their
You're actually talking about
pockets.
casino owners
And-
or friends, but
No, I'm not
now you
talking
switched.
about casino.
Right, well, you
no,
were, but now you switched.
I'm
But
the
go ahead.
same. No, that's been my focus from day one. If you go back to everything I say, it's been always about putting our workers back to work. It is not about the casinos. It's not about anything other than putting those who've lost their jobs in a city that wasn't broken and didn't have disease back to work. We're 2.3 million people here. We have
Well,
over
wait a minute.
300,000.
3,900 cases in Nevada, 163 deaths, and that's with social distancing. You're
Nevada.
saying there was
Nevada.
Nevada. You're saying there was no problem in Las Vegas, like there was no disease, there was not the virus in Las Vegas? Because earlier you said you believe everyone's
No,
asymptomatic.
I'm sure in January, and I know plenty of people who were coughing. Some had fevers, and if they did, they stayed home because they thought it was the flu. The flu is unbelievably powerful still, and so of course we know that. We've tried to work on the sensitivities of people to be responsible as to spreading any
But-
kind of germ, whether it's the
But
flu.
don't you think
or
that
whether
it's
it's
worked in Nevada, in Las Vegas, social distancing? Don't you think it's worked? Because I mean, 163 deaths, that is compared to some other states, that's
We're
low
150.
for those families.
We're
It is
2.3
all that matters.
2.3 million people in southern Nevada, and we've had 150
Right.
deaths. We have
163, I
put
believe, is
our-
the latest number actually.
Well,
but
that's for Nevada. That's Nevada. This is
Right.
down here, 150,
so you've had almost
2.3
all the deaths.
million.
By the way, in Nevada, you've had in Las Vegas. So you had 150 deaths out of
Correct.
163
We're
deaths.
2.3
Isn't that
million people
because
here.
of social
The
distancing
state
that you would have
and
had
the
far
state-
more without it? Do you not
We're
believe that?
2.3 million here. There are 3 million overall in the state. The numbers may be off, but I
Yeah.
know we're well over 2 million.
Do you not believe
We
social
are
distancing has
the
helped
lion's
keep
share.
people alive?
We're at the lion's share of the population and the income and the jobs. When you have
Okay, good.
2.3 million and you have lost, and every one of those 150, oh my gosh, it could be your own mother, your own grandmother, your grandfather, your brother, your sister, anybody, every one of those lives is a tragic loss. But when you count 150 versus 2.3 million, you have to say, we have to open up. We have to go
Right.
back. Our bus drivers, our
But
room
hasn't it been
cleaners,
because of
our
social
restaurants.
distancing that the numbers have been what they are?
How do you know until we have a control group? We offer to be a control group. Anybody who knows anything about statistics knows that, for instance, you have a vaccine,
You're
you
offering
give the real
the
vaccine.
citizens of Las Vegas to be a control group to see if your theory on social distancing works or doesn't work.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Don't put words in my mouth.
You just
What I
said we'll be a
was,
control group.
Excuse me. What I said was I offered to be a control group, and I was told by our statistician you can't do that because people from all parts of Southern Nevada come in to work in the city. And I said, oh, that's too bad, because I know when you have a disease, you have a placebo that gets the water and the sugar, and then you get those that actually get the shot. We would love to be that placebo side so you have something to measure against. So all the data until
you want to get the placebo. You don't want to get the actual. No, the group who gets the placebo, by the way, usually gets the short end of the stick.
Well, you don't know. How do you know when you're in part of that group? You are.
Mayor, if casinos reopen, are you going to be inside those casinos every single night, putting your own life on the line?
I have lived in this town for 56 years.
Are you going to go to casinos every night and put your life on the line like all the workers you say you were there holding their hands?
So they don't need it. We weren't broken. We tragically have 150 people we lost. Tragic. We have 2.3 million people here.
I haven't heard you say yes that you would be sitting on those casino floors every night along with the people that you say you are holding their hands with.
What is the purpose of that? First of all, I have a family.
Because it would be putting your money, putting money where your mouth is, to use a Las Vegas term.
Anderson,
if you say it's safe,
Anderson.
Okay, so you're not willing to sit on the casino floors with them when they're reopened and breathe the refiltered air.
First of all, I don't gamble. I used to gamble when we first came to town. I don't have the time. I work 7 days a week. I have so many things that I have to attend to. I wouldn't want to sit on the floors either.
I wouldn't want to sit on the floors either. I'm with you on that one. Mayor Carolyn Goodman, I appreciate your time, and I wish you the best for the people you're sitting.
And I know I went to school right around the corner from where you grew up on the East River.
Oh, that's nice. Well, thanks. I would just advise you to talk to Mayor Garcetti about what you might be able to do to improve testing because testing and contact tracing is the way forward, according to every scientist.
Well, I have spoken with him about the homeless, which are of greatest concern to me, and about our middle income and low income families that are now shut out of work and earning a livelihood. And so that's where he and I talk, because the reality
you can talk about testing, because that's important too.
That's not my job, unfortunately. Sadly, it's not my job. I just assume everybody can be.
I guess Mayor Garcetti has a larger job portfolio than you do.
Yes.
Mayor,
definitely he does. Thank you.
All right. I wish you the best. Thanks very much. Our special coverage continues with Brianna Keeler.